All right, let's talk about something that I think hits home for a lot of us. It's this weird gap between having these massive, amazing dreams and actually, starting them. Today, we're going to close that gap.
Does this feel familiar? You've got these huge goals swirling around in your head. Maybe it's writing a novel, getting in shape, launching that side hustle. But when the moment comes to actually do the thing, poof, the energy is just gone. If you've ever felt that, trust me, you are not alone. And this leads to what I like to call the ambition-laziness paradox. It's this crazy internal tug-of-war, where one part of you wants to build an empire, but the other part just wants to scroll on the phone or binge one more episode. It's exhausting. And the story we tell ourselves is always the same, isn't it? I'll do it tomorrow. We imagine this magical future tomorrow where we'll suddenly have unlimited energy, perfect focus, and zero distractions. But that tomorrow, well, it never quite shows up, does it? So what is going on here? Why does our brain do this to us? Well, it really boils down to one simple thing: the too big problem. See, our brains are hardwired to protect us, and that means avoiding anything that looks huge, scary, or overwhelming. When a goal seems like a mountain, your brain's natural instinct is to run for cover, usually to the comfort of the couch. Now, this next part is absolutely crucial, so I really want you to hear this. That feeling you call laziness, it's not a personality flaw. It is not who you are. It's just a habit. It's a coping mechanism your brain learned. And the best thing about habits, they can be broken. They can be changed. So how do we do it? How do we actually change that habit? Well, it's not about finding some magical source of motivation. It's about having the right tools. And today, I'm going to give you a simple toolkit with just 3 powerful techniques to outsmart your brain and finally get that ball rolling. Okay, technique number 1 is the simplest, most powerful one of all. Make it small. The logic here is kind of beautiful. If your brain freaks out over big, intimidating tasks, the answer is to make them so laughably small that your brain doesn't even see them as a threat. Think about it like this. The goal, write a 200-page book, is terrifying, right? It's huge. But what about the goal, write 1 sentence? Just one. Anybody can do that. It completely removes the fear and lowers that barrier to entry to almost nothing. And this applies to literally anything you can think of. You want to learn guitar? Forget mastering a song, just learn 1 single chord. Want to read more? Don't commit to a chapter, just commit to 1 page. You want to clean your messy room? Just tidy 1 little corner. These tiny wins start to build real momentum. All right, technique number 2 is all about creating easy routines. Because let's be honest, trying to rely on willpower to get things done is a losing battle. So instead of fighting that battle, we're going to build simple systems that put our good habits on autopilot. You know, willpower is like a muscle. The more you use it, the more tired it gets. It's totally unreliable for long-term goals. But routines? Routines are automatic. They take the decision-making out of the equation. They make doing the right thing the easiest thing. And these can be incredibly simple, like putting your running shoes right by your bed so you practically trip over them in the morning. That simple act makes going for a run the path of least resistance. These little routines are the architecture of success. And that brings us to our final technique. And this one is a game changer. It's designed to tackle the single hardest part of any task, just getting started. It's called the 2-minute rule. The rule is just as simple as it sounds. Whatever your goal is, just commit to doing it for 2 minutes. That's it, 120 seconds. Anyone can clean for 2 minutes. Anyone can read for 2 minutes. Anyone can meditate for 2 minutes. The goal isn't to finish the task, it's just to start. The psychology behind this is basically physics, right? An object at rest tends to stay at rest. But once it's in motion, it's way easier to keep it moving. That first push is the hardest part. The 2-minute rule is that first push. Once you're over that hump, momentum starts to take over.
So, we've got our 3 techniques. We have the tools. Now it's time to bring it all together and talk about how to ignite your roaring fire.
I want you to picture your ambition right now as a tiny, flickering spark. It's there, but it's fragile. Every small action you take, every single sentence you write, every 1 page you read, every 2-minute burst of effort, it's like adding a small piece of kindling to that spark. And if you keep adding that fuel consistently, that tiny spark will grow into a self-sustaining, roaring fire. And on this journey, please remember this critical mindset shift. The goal is not perfection, it's consistency. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone on the path to success. You're going to stumble. Everyone does. The only thing that matters is that you get back up and add 1 more piece of fuel to your fire. So, let's boil it all down. Here is your simple action plan. Step 1, make it small. Step 2, create easy routines. And step 3, just start with 2 minutes. That's it. That is the formula for turning those huge ambitions into actual reality.
Your dreams are right there, waiting for you. Don't wait for some perfect moment that's never going to come. The question isn't what you're going to do tomorrow. The real question is, what is the one tiny piece of fuel you're going to add to your fire right now?